Hello everyone, this video would be on the gold and silver, more specifically on the gold. The prices of gold are increasing rapidly over the past 6 years, 6, 7 years, and I have written one answer on Quora 6 years ago regarding this gold, whether it is a good time to invest in gold. Well, here are a few snapshots of that. Well, the point is that gold is rising so rapidly because of the underlying international situation where de-dollarization is already going on from past 10 years. De-dollarization, or the finding alternative channel to American dollar, is not that easy, and it will not happen it will not happen overnight. It will take certain years to find a new balance, but it is ongoing process and it's happening now. And that is the impact of on the gold prices. Central banks are rapidly accumulating gold from the market, and the demand which central banks can create is exponential and explosive, because central banks can print money, they can create money, and because of that they can have power to purchase n number of golds, n tons of gold, which they are doing now. In this situation, gold is likely to appreciate, by the way. I won't predict anything, but the situation which we are into, the gold prices are likely to appreciate down the line. There is no debate on this. It's a clear cut call. Secondly, it's not that easy. If there is a disruption, if there is a move away from the American dollar, it will create disruption in other areas also, like capital flows, forex market, forex reserves, which we are having, every central banks. It is mostly in dollars or the US government securities. But if there is no dollar, then what is the value? This much gold is not available in the market. So, what would be the next normal for this? So, any country which is having a stable economy, growing economy, stable inflation, stable political system, good trade with many countries, can be a big beneficiary of the emerging situation. And that looks like India. India is likely to benefit a lot from this de-dollarization and the amount of trouble which Donald Trump has created over the past few months. The kind of debt America has on their own books, they just cannot export it to the third world or the second world or the first world. That time has gone. Now people are not very much enthusiastic to buy any kind of US government securities, because they just want to dump it and they want to reduce the interest rates so that their repayment ability increases. Well, that's a different logic. The world is changing. The Second World War institutions like IMF and World Bank, Bretton Woods institutions, and with that linking of dollar US dollar and gold prices, that event is very much getting challenged. And tomorrow we might see gold as a new reserve or partly a new reserve in international financial markets. On other hand, silver, technically silver has broken the previous highs somewhere, and silver has a utility value as well, and solar panels, chips, packaging of semiconductor chips require silver. Well, it is not required, it's not that in 2025 it is required. Over the past so many years, silver was used to do these things, but now there is a shortage of silver, and this shortage looks like unprecedented shortage, and that would also create a situation where silver prices can be in a upward momentum for quite a long time in coming years, coming months. That is because of the utility value. It's not finance, the government, the central banks don't really store silver as a reserve currency or the reserves. It is the gold which is taken as a reserve in the case of forex reserves and central bank reserves. So that's a different logic behind silver price appreciation, but both gold and silver prices are rising. So that is also indicating some structural changes which are going on underlying. And these big mines across China, Africa, India are reporting the shortage of silver, and they are unable to deliver it over the past few days. So they are not taking new orders. So all these things are adding up to a different kind of situation. Well, again, I would narrow down to the gold thing. Gold is not facing this shortage. Gold is facing crunch because central banks are rapidly accumulating gold, particularly I think People's Bank of China is rapidly accumulating gold. India is also doing that, RBI. Russia is also doing that, and most of other countries are also doing that. So that has triggered a massive demand for gold over the past few years. One more thing I came across, that United States of America has the highest gold reserves, and they did have this reserve because they sold weapons during wars, World War I and II, in exchange of gold, because the other powers were collapsed economically, so they accepted gold and in return of weapons. And that is something, that accumulation of such a massive gold reserves. Well, this is the history, and it should be taken seriously when we are discussing the changing scenarios globally. So gold and silver, particularly gold, indicates some deep trouble, or some tectonic shift is underway. So let's see how it goes ahead. But yes, this is what is happening, and the video was on why these things were happening and what could be the potential impact. Thank you for watching the video. Do share this video with your friends, relatives and like-minded people, and subscribe to the channel for interesting insights.